Alright, this is Teresa's video. One of the things that, since you came back, you were finding still is giving you difficulty is that unison slide. It is one of the harder mandolin and fiddle moves, for that matter, guitar, anything, but one of the harder banjo ones too. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to take those middle two strings. It was what the lick that was on there was actually like. There's a lot of variations of it, but one of the things is we simply keep trying to look and read these licks on the tablature, and it's kind of tough when the move itself and the slide itself is hard to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this little slide maneuver. We're going to go. And one notice I'm picking down on the third string while I slide, and then I'm picking up on the second, and then down on the third, keeping it at the seventh fret, and then up on the second again. So it's like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and now if you miss that third string and go hit the second string 3 times instead, that's not the end of the world. What we're really looking for here is the slide and hearing that unison. So as long as we don't release this third finger once we slide up here, like that, we want it to go. We want that sound to keep going while we're going. Of course, once we keep picking again, it will keep going. But let's say we just pick once down on the third string and then up, down, up on the second string. It's going to sound a lot better if we remain at the seventh fret and we keep that pressure on right there. So we hear that. And then here's both strings. So what that does is it concentrates our practice on this slide. And all we want to do is get used to doing that while we do the down, up thing without having to think about the right hand too much. And don't feel it real separating from that lick. So we want a continuity of that. We're going to do it on the first two strings, the first pair of the strings too. Middle two, bottom two, and I'm wrapping my thumb up over quite a bit, I noticed, but I'm still not changing my whole hand position. When I'm sliding up like this, I'm somehow pivoting. And when you slide up that finger, we talked about this in fiddle the other day, we want to notice that angle. Sometimes when we slide that finger, it starts to fold over like this. It's a different look, isn't it, than when we put the finger down. What we want to do is slide up at the same angle. We want that finger to still be in that same angle, so that knuckle has to stay, first knuckle has to stay kind of strong. So I'm pivoting even though I'm coming way over with my thumb. Alright, so that one, and then we had this one little thing on the cross picking, a bunch of that cross picking stuff, which we're going to work on. We're going to work your all the way through it, through all of it, or at least, you don't have to work on the very beginning ones if you kind of getting it. Just work on the songs and they start coming up. And that one that we have is that on page 135, exercise number 218, the last measure of it. is we want to make sure when we do either the first measure, the fifth measure, or the uh, seventh measure, they're all starting with the slide. When we start with a slide like that, we're going to have two down picks in a row. So I just want to remember that. So here I'm going to start with my third finger on the fifth fret, second string, and I'm going to go. And so that's down pick, down pick, down pick, down pick. And these even put a stress on my hands too. So if your hands get tired, they start getting sore, give yourself a break. But anyway, that's something I want to do about the slide. Same thing with the first measure of that. It's down pick, because I'm not going up down up down up, or rather down up down. The first one of that, the first measure is 3 to 4 on the second string. So that's going to be one pick, and then the next pick on the first string is going to be down also. So all right, and that should do it.